Okay, I'm continuing. I'm going to read from page 17. I just want to preface it by saying this is more about what someone who has a temperament like mine should be expected to do to interact successfully with others and be recognized, not what people in an intersectionalized group can ask for because of oppression. This is not really about group oppression. It's what should be expected of the individual. So let me go to page 17 now, still in the foreword. My tendency toward building an emotional life around upward affiliation, that's in quotes, and refusal to bond with others whom I saw as non-intact would become a topic of moral controversy at times in my life, attracting sporadic but inconsistent rebukes from others, but just sometimes. It was particularly an issue during my hospitalization at NIH during that X-Men period of 1962. There was a particular concern that the emotional or internal sexual response was a passive process triggered by superficial attributes that then took on existential significance, implying, at least through initial indifference and some subsequent attention-getting, possibly hostility to others who, like me, had not measured up in some significant area. At the same time, there was recognition and fear that one could build a productive life and outreach from distance, from a psychological makeup that had become predicated on a lot of fantasy with relatively little interest in present tense emotional commitment. This sort of thing can lead to a social value system that lends itself to authoritarian political changes. Communism, with the ideas like Maoist cultural revolution, where everyone except the highest elite takes turns becoming a peasant, or fascism, where only individuals who make it are considered worthy of attention or even of living. And the dangerous thing is that authoritarian systems channeling personal motives into obedience do seem sustainable until they make enemies and are taken down from without, or today, as with the Arab Spring, can collapse from within with a free flow of information. But it's becoming clear that dependable personal freedom depends on some emotional spontaneity among ordinary people. Even I know this intellectually. I resist recent demands from others to join in their collective, even solidarity-based emotional displays and demonstrations. This is written in 2014. This was written in 2014, so when I talk about the Arab Spring, that's obviously very different now, as we know from what changes started just about in later 2014. And this is from the third of my books, Do Ask, Do Tell, Speech is a Fundamental Right, Being Listened to is a Privilege. And this in the previous video kind of sum up some of my main concepts about personal agency. So thank you for listening.